I'm a big Western fan. In fact, my favourite movie ever is The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. So whenever I get a chance to see a new Western, and they do come out maybe 2 or 3 a year, I'm always quite happy to check them out. And I've got to say, The Ballad of Lefty Brown is a pretty good Western movie. It is all about the main character of Lefty Brown, played by Bill Pullman, who is terrific in this movie, really channeling a fantastic performance of an old man in the Wild West when people don't generally get to that age. He and his friend are about to move on to a late stage of their life. His friend is going to become a senator and move away from the ranch. Lefty's going to take over charge of this ranch and become a whole new person rather than just this kind of guy that's eased through life. When they're out trying to find who's stolen horses from their ranch, it turns out that his friend is shot dead and he is left into a world where he doesn't want to be. He's spiralling down. His friend's wife blames him for him dying and he kind of just runs away, unsure what to do, trying to track down the man that killed his friend, get some remnants of vengeance and try to move on. But that's when there's other characters come into this. There's a governor, there is an old US Marshal that's friends with Lefty, there is a young boy that he encounters on his travels, and this becomes a very interesting drama action Western movie. As Lefty and his young ward and his old US Marshal friend kind of band together to try and team up and take down this criminal who shot their friend, who murdered them in cold blood for 3 horses. And you feel as if the movie is going to go a certain fashion. They're going to come together, they're going to learn things about each other, overcome some past hurdles, move on, catch this guy at the end of the movie and get their vengeance. But it doesn't do that. It wraps that part up of the movie in the first 40 minutes and then becomes a subplot because they find some evidence that means that this was a grander scheme of things and other things are going on in this world that they have to deal with. And they don't deal with it in the conventional way. The US Marshal doesn't act the way I expect it to. What happens to the young boy didn't happen the way I expected it to, and especially Lefty Brown, a man who is pretty much spiralling out of control, doesn't know what's happening in his life, isn't sure how to move on, how to deal with these things, suddenly ends up in a situation where vengeance is the only thing pushing him forward within this world, as well as compassion. This young boy that he's with is a way of saving himself throughout the movie as well. It's a conventional Western, unlike the likes of Django Unchained, which is a terrific movie. This is more of a straight-laced conventional story. It doesn't have anything overly flashy about it, and that may be a down point for other people, but for me that elevated the movie because I didn't want any fantastical elements. I wanted a story about hard people in the Wild West doing things that they had to do, they felt justified to do. Part of the thing I really liked about this was the language of the movie. It's very short, to the point, and everybody says what they mean. There's no duality within their conversations. They are straightforward to each other. There's no dubiousness about their discussions. They say what they mean, and that is it. We get some absolutely stunning cinematography along the way. The landscapes look fantastic, and even when they get to the old Western town at the end of the movie, it looks unique. It's interesting. It's shot with a visual flair that doesn't do flashy camera work, but lets you soak in the vistas that this is showing you, and they are lovely vistas to see. The movie doesn't outstay its welcome either, and it finishes with a rather interesting end. Lefty knows that his life has changed dramatically, and at the end of the movie he makes a choice that's fitting for the character and felt good. Bill Pullman is terrific as Lefty Brown. This is a fantastic performance from a man who is known for giving some very good performances. He embodies this character. With minimal dialogue, he can project a lot, and he does often within this movie. There is other actors who appear who are very good as well, but they're all outshone by the fantastic performance of Bill Pullman, and that's what you're hoping for, is he's the main character. He's the character that you want to see go on this journey, and you see him change from his mild, meek, every man that's just happy to roll with the punches, to someone who is more concerned with other people, interested in their well-being more than his own, and willing to make the hard choices, the choices that need to be made. I really enjoyed The Ballad of Lefty Brown. I thought it was a terrific movie. I am a Western fan anyway. Bill Pullman's performance is great. The other actors are really good as well. The cinematography was stunning to look at, and so it should be when it's these wide open vistas that they're riding across, and I can thoroughly recommend this movie. I gave The Ballad of Lefty Brown 4 out of 5. Terrific entertainment, something you should definitely check out, and I think is worth your while. If you're a Western fan, this is mandatory watching. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.